Hi guys, just a quick video I thought I'd shoot because I just picked up a whole bunch of stuff from an auction. And as it turns out, these are quite rare, these kind of test equipment auctions in large volumes here in Australia. And what was happening is, looks like that an Australian measurement laboratory, or a Australian military measurement laboratory, is shut down, and they were auctioning off pallet loads worth of electronic test gear, really high-end stuff, lots of unserviceable pallets. I was hoping to pick up like a full pallet load of unserviceable, you know, all sorts of equipment, right up to full-on spectrum analyzers and everything. But unfortunately, bidding went crazy on those, like upwards of $7,000 or something like that for a pallet of unserviceable gear. So unfortunately, I didn't pick those up, but I did pick up a few items, and one lot was an absolute bargain. So I'll just show you what I got here. I'll be doing a separate video on these, no doubt. First of all, what I got this is an absolute bargain, by the way. For 260 odd bucks, I picked up, it was a lot, one of these APC brand, pretty good brand apparently, APC brand UPS 3-unit rack mount power supply. This one is a 2200 watt one, and it's got the built-in 48 volt battery pack in it. I can put the specific model numbers. It comes with the front panels for them as well, and the rear of the things, if you want to have a look down here, they've got like a 15 amp output, and they've got 8 10 amp outputs down in there, plus USB control, serial control, and also for an external battery pack. And I also got the external battery pack as well. So there's effectively 3 48, so there's one built into here which you can slide out, battery pack in here, and then there's 2 external battery packs here which then slide into this chassis over here with these huge big ass connectors on them. They connect into the batteries, and then the output from that, there it is, look at that, absolute monster, plugs into the back here of this power supply, and this thing can deliver 2200 watts or something like that, or I think it can do like a 15 amps and then 10 amps on those 4 and 10 amps on those 4 as well, sine wave, 240 volts. So really great UPS units, and they come from, there you go, the Australian Government National Measurement Institute. There you go, NMI, and still within date, well, expiry date as the batteries, presumably, 14. So I've don't really have a use for such a sort of, really high-end UPS system, really. So this will probably go on eBay. Not sure how much I can get for it, but for the 260 bucks I paid for this, but wait until you see what I got as well for the 260 bucks. Oh, absolute bargain. So they'll probably go on eBay. These things weighed an absolute ton. These units are about 60 kilos each. So the 2 battery packs plus the frame, that's about 60 odd kilos or thereabouts. Really big, heavy-duty stuff. Sealed lead-acid batteries in them. They're 48 volt battery modules, and absolute beasts. What else did I get for that money? Well, check this out, folks. It is working, I believe. It's an Agilent 53131A dual channel 225 meg frequency counter, and there we go. It's from the CSIRO. I've heard that they've just laid off more people at the CSIRO, the bastards, as if they're not getting enough money from that Wi-Fi patent, and money just goes away into general coffers, the absolute bastards. And they heard they're laying people off. The wife just told me that today. Absolute bastards. So expiry date 08, but on the back here, It was, yeah, it was last cowed in 07 and with expiry in 11. So they've actually got a long cow cycle at the CSIRO by the looks of it. And this, so I'm pretty excited about that. So that sucker works. And by the way, this is the 10-digit model. And I believe there's I think it might be the 132A, I think, from memory, is the 12-digit model. And I'm just curious to know if you know, it's just like a software difference inside, if the hardware's absolutely identical to give you the 12 digits, because the display in this thing has actually got the full 12 digits in there. You probably can't, no, you have to get the right angle to see the vacuum fluorescent display in that, but it's actually got the full 12 digits, but it doesn't make use of them. Only the higher end model does. So maybe it could be hacked into the 12-digit model. But yeah, I mean, that alone is worth more than the $260. I also got an industrial computer. It's an ICP, electronics industrial computer. Not terribly exciting, I don't think. It's you know, pretty boring. It's got a filter on the front, couple of fans, and you know, like a removable hard drive rack. I haven't even powered it up yet. DVD drive, but in the back, rather interesting. They've used it as some sort of control computer for their measurement standards system, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Check this out. They got TTY stuff, modem. I did actually get a 56K modem with this thing, and then there's a whole bunch of RJ11s along here as well. And then you've got your standard motherboard slot down there. Something's happened. Whoops, yeah, I think it may have been sort of stood on this end of the, this was attached to it, and they've probably laid it down flat on that, and that's all bent. And there's a little bit of damage up the top there, and there's the model number for it, rack 3000 GB, 21, blah, 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 blah. Haven't looked it up yet, haven't powered it up, so, you know, I don't expect it to be anything powerful, but anyway, maybe I could put that on eBay. Now, what I'm really excited about is this puppy here. Let me move it around. Here we go. Check this out. It is a custom rack. It is a part of, it came with the frequency counter, and is part of, it looks like their time calibration rack at the CSIRO. They got the CSIRO sticker on there, and there's a rubidium frequency standard in it. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do a separate video straight after this. I think I'm going to power it up and maybe take it apart, slide out a few of those. But rubidium frequency standard, Australian Defence Force calibration. It's got backup there, so it looks like it was their backup primary reference standard, and it comes with a GPS receiver built in. Don't know what brand, but obviously hooked in for the 1 pulse per second output, and it's got these IRT brand distribution amplifiers, as well as an IRT dual channel power supply. And if we have a look at the back, it's pretty darn funky. Check this out. Here we go. I'll get down here. There's our dual, that's our dual AC input there. So there we go. It's actually got 2 inputs, which is rather novel. I guess 2 separate, one from the mains and one from the battery backup, I don't know. But these IRT distribution amplifiers, these are for distributing the 10 megahertz reference signal, of course, or the 1 pulse per second reference signal output from the time standard. And it looks like it's custom design, because check this out. NMI, there it is. National Measurements Institute, of course, SRS rubidium. That means SRS, folks, as you might know, stands for I think, is going to mean Stanford Research System. So I reckon inside this puppy is a Stanford Research Systems rubidium standard, worth a fortune just on its own. So fantastic. And so that looks like it's all custom designed, that rack. So I'll do a separate video right after this, take it apart. There's the GPS antenna inputs. I don't know if I'll be able to get GPS here in the lab. I mean, I'm smack in the middle of the building under a ton of concrete, so I'd be very surprised if I could get GPS in here. I've never actually tried it, but that's pretty exciting. And ta-da! Check this out. Here we go. We have well, let's start off. We have a Keithley 240A high voltage power supply. You've seen these before. I've already got one here in the lab, so this one will probably just go on eBay. It goes up to 1,000 volts. Nice high voltage power supply. So that's a duplicate. Looks like they still got the original protective cap on there. Looks like they haven't used the front on this ever. They've just got it hooked into the output on the back. And that is the high voltage power source for, and by the way, this is last calibrated, ta-da, 08. There you go. So due in 010. And then we've got a Keithley 515A mega ohm bridge, and this is a bit of a beast, folks. Last calibrated 08 as well. So it's a mega ohm bridge that allows you to measure extremely high resistances. Check it out. 7 decades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decades. And check this out on the dial. I'll give you a close-up, folks. Right, that's mega ohms, okay? 10 to the power of 6. So, mega ohms, gig ohms, tera ohms, but look over here, the last decade can go up to times 100 times 10, so that's 1,000 tera ohms or 1 petaohm. That is absolutely incredible. And I am led to believe that this puppy is fully working, and it's got this front drawer down here which pops out. Do not switch off. Yeah, all these cow gears, you just leave them, you just leave them powered up continuously in the air-conned power lab. But yeah, I'll definitely have to do a second video on this, like powering this thing up and actually measuring something, because, like, you know, we're talking a petaohm. I mean, absolutely incredible. You fart halfway, well, you fart on the other side of the building and it's going to affect the reading on this thing. That's how sensitive this thing is. Absolutely incredible. So, and it's a bridge, of course, so it requires some, you know, knowledge to use it. You can't just hook up the resistor and it gives you a readout. I mean, there's the distributed by Warburton Frankie. I think they're still around. Anyway, it's got a center zero meter, of course, and it's got functions you can calibrate. There it is, standardize, calibrate, external operate. It's got a built-in bridge voltage source, of course, but that only goes up to 100 volts by the looks of it, so you can switch between the internal source and the external. It looks like, obviously, with this rack, they've used an external source with this thing. So, pretty excited to get that thing. That could be a good thing to play around with. It'll definitely be a teardown, of course, and I assume it still works. So, fantastic stuff. And up here, we're not done yet. We have a Genrad, i.e., of course, Genrad are IET now, and there it is. It's a 1433F decade resistance box, and it goes up to 110. What is it? Yeah, 100k or thereabouts. So it's 7 decades. So we can go up to 100k there. X means 10, of course. So it's got 10 on each range. I like the way that they've done the dials on these things. Look, 0. Like they've just painted the black behind there, and you can just and it just shows through like that. Really quite neat. Anyway, Genrad, these are was one of the reference standards, the calibration standards for the Department of Defense. There it is. And unfortunately, these ones were sold as not working, unserviceable. And of course, I knew that was absolute bullshit, because there's nothing inside these things. The only thing inside these things to go wrong is the switch contacts, because the resistors aren't going to drift. They're ultra precision, ultra reliable resistors in these things. And here's the, I've got 2 of these, by the way, and they've identically failed their results. So, you know, decade out of tolerance. Yeah, right. We'll have a look at the cow sheet in a minute. Out of tolerance is just going to mean that one of the contacts in one of these switches is dicky. I reckon if I get in there, clean the switch contacts up, it'd be, you know, a calibration standard again. So please see report for details, blah, 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 blah. The other one I've got behind here is exactly the same. It's just saying that we've got some refer to report for details, 3 decades out of tolerance. A bit of the contacts on there, probably can't see it. I'm not going to bother getting my zoom lens out, but they're a bit crusty, those binding posts. They do have a bit of rust and things on them, so they need a bit of a clean up, but it is basically bang on. I was playing with it before, and let's see if we can, there we go. So we've got 0. I've zeroed it out, so there's 1 ohm. Like the meter's slightly out on its 0, but 2 ohms and so forth and so forth, and there we go. It's, you know, it works. It's just slightly out of tolerance. So I reckon a good switch clean will fix that. Now, where are they? Hang on. I've got the test reports. Here they are. I've got the test reports for these things that they were referring to. And as I said, they'll only be out by half a bee's dick, really. And if we have a look, yeah, you can see like it should, you know, the lower limit. Oh, sorry, what's the upper limit? Is it slightly, yeah, it's slightly over the upper limit. Like whoop-de-doo, you know, it's just the contact. That's all it's going to be. So all of the range is just slightly out, as you'd expect, because one of the contacts is a bit dicky. And if we have a look at the other one, calibration, blah, 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 does not conform because it's, you know, half a bee's dick out. And here's the, yeah, look, it's like indicated value 0.89775. The lower limit is 0.89791. So, you know, there's bugger all in it. So, yeah, I reckon if we just give those things a bit of a clean, they'll be sweet. So I'm pretty darn happy with this whole score. I rather like it. So that will be make a few fun videos anyway. But what I think I'm going to do now is go and have a play with this time standard. If this is a Stanford Research rubidium in there, then woohoo! I've got a really good score there. That alone is worth a buttload. But I've got the distribution amplifiers, so, you know, this would have been used as, well, this was the backup unit, just in case the other one failed by the looks of it and how it's got backup on here. But the primary purpose of this would be the main frequency standard for the entire measurement lab, and all of those outputs that you saw on the back, they go to all of the instruments. So they would go to, you know, every oscilloscope, every frequency counter, every instrument, spectrum analyzer, etc., in the lab, and that would be their primary frequency standard for the CSIRO National Measurement Lab. Woohoo! And now it's mine. Yes. Alright, so I just wanted to show you a few things there. Hope you enjoyed it. I will upload another video for this one shortly. Catch you next time.